Madam, shall we start?
Yes, ma'am.
Amruta, ma'am?
Hello, ma'am. Am I audible to you?
Yes, yes. Shall we start?
Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, dear participant and honored guest. It is my distinct pleasure to introduce our next esteemed speaker, Dr. Amruta Chimote, University of Technology and Applied Science, Al Musana, Oman. Dr. Chimote's illustrious career is a testament of her unwavering dedication of academia, innovation, and the art of communication. With a doctorate in computer science and engineering, specializing in the domain of natural language processing, Dr. Chimotes embodies the intersection of cutting edge technology and linguistic exploration. Her academic journey, marked by a master's degree in computer science and engineering and a bachelor's degree in information technology, reflects her relentless pursuit of the knowledge and excellence in the field of technology. Currently serving as the Associate Center Academic Head at IT Vedant, Dr. Chimote plays a pivotal role in shaping the minds of future technologists. Her expertise spans a wide area of subjects, including statistics, data science, machine learning, and analysis, with proficiency in Python, R programming, and deep learning. With over 1,600 online sessions delivered across the globe on platforms such as Zoom, WebEx, and Google Meet, Dr. Chimote is a seasoned presenter, adept at engaging audience and delivering impactful content. Her prowess as a public speaker is further demonstrated through her active participation in Toastmasters International, where she is currently pursuing presentation mastery and has received numerous accolades for her echelons and command of the stage. As a freelancer data analytics trainer, Dr. Shimote has captivated audience with her keynote speeches and expert lectures, inspiring others to delve deeper into the realms of the data science and artificial intelligence. Please join me in extending a warm virtual welcome to Dr. Amruta Chimote, a visionary leader and inspiring educator and a true trailblazer in the fields of technology and communication. Welcome, ma'am. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for such a nice introduction of me. Thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone. Hope am I audible to you all?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. It is my pleasure to be here with this international conference and to share whatever I know in the field of text analysis. So I welcome you in the session where we will discuss about future of text analysis using AI. So, ma'am, shall I share my screen?
Yes, ma'am. You can.
Okay,
You.
thank you. Is it visible, ma'am?
Yes, madam.
Okay, thank you. Yes, everyone. So it was one era where when we were young or it was a time of our parent where predicting future was like a magic or might be a thing of some pandit, okay, but now it is called an artificial intelligence. So now we can easily predict future events, and that is what the powerful weapon we got in the current era. And this powerful weapon is really transforming our life in different ways. And in this, I would like to share about how text analysis has changed from the manual processing approach to artificial intelligence or transformer learning in the current era. Because whenever we work with any gadget, any device, or anything with the internet where the connected devices are there. So it generates data. Sometimes it is a structured data, sometimes it is unstructured data. Structured data, which is in the form of row and column, or the tabular data, that is what called as a structured data. And unstructured data means all the floating and flowing information that we know that Google share with us, it is unstructured. So every means our every step, our every device, our every action is generating some or other data. Like now we are connected, so we are also using data and we are also generating data. So we are creating some meeting IDs, timestamp, everything is generated. So this data or this form of text we can analyze and we can get some meaningful information out of it. So that is what our today's topic of discussion. So before AI, so historical perspective before AI for the text analysis, it goes with the manual text analysis method. Manual text analysis method, it was like we all know that it was a file-based system where redundant information was stored, like where human intervention was there. Everything should be was processed by human only, like collection of data from the different sources, from the interview, from the questionnaire, then collecting that data, storing data, then converting it to some structure format, and then finding out whether that data is having some interrelation or correlation with other column. So that was manual text analysis method. Then after that, some tools like we can say some statistical method which converted to the tools like yes, rapid miner or MicroStrategy, such tools are evolved. So manual approaches was with the more human intervention and less computer interaction. But that was having some limitation, because when we are saying we are doing it manually, so definitely it is a time consuming. One needs much time to collect data, to process data, to find out trends present in the data. So time consuming, it is the most biggest disadvantage of manual approach. And the second one is volume. If one human need to analyze data, then definitely it will be a restriction on that person to work with the volume of data, whether it is KB, MB, GB, TB. Nowadays we work with zettabyte, so handling this much of data is not possible with the manual analysis. And inconsistency, yes, we always say that whenever it is human interaction, there are human errors inevitable. So human errors are there, so that can make our data inconsistent. So when data is inconsistent, so information retrieved from the data will also be inconsistent, and we cannot fully trust on that information. So these are the limitations. Again, scalability issue. Scalability is, again, we can say volume. The quantity of data that we want to process or we want to use is limited with manual approach. Then insight and discovery, still we need human intervention. We cannot say that we can fully rely on AI based technique. We need human intervention there, we need human insight, we need human knowledge. But if we are fully dependent on human, one person, maybe in one company, if one person is doing data analysis, so is it possible to rely on only that much of knowledge? Because every person is having some limited boundary of their knowledge. So again, insights and discovery of that knowledge is a question mark when we are moving with the manual approach. Then this all these issues actually cause the automation. Like this is these issues made this transition very easy from the manual approach to rule based approach, then to the machine learning approach, and now we are into complete artificial intelligence approach. So these are the causes that why we want to move on with the AI based technique, because manual text analysis approaches were difficult, were time consuming, volume and inconsistency and limited knowledge was the issue, and this made our transition easy for AI. Then our AI rise. So how that AI rise, and what are the different field which come up with the AI in text analysis? So the first and the most important sector where we use for text analysis, that is natural language processing, NLP, which uses machine learning model where we learn sentiment analysis, topic modeling, name entity recognition. So what is this natural language processing? So natural language which we all speak, that Hindi, Marathi, English or any other language on the earth. What human understand, that is what natural language. But as we all know that computer cannot understand our language, it uses binary. So how we can give instruction to computer in our language? So the process of sending instruction to the machine and receiving response from it, it is what natural language processing, and it uses many techniques such as natural language processing, which uses technique like, first is tokenization, because when we are giving instruction in sentence format, like we give instruction to Alexa, like Alexa, play this song. So play is one verb which we are using, and after that we are giving instruction, like followed by that is the instruction. So for that we need to first break down that sentence to the different token. So that process include tokenization, that splitting your text or sentence into different token or different part of that sentence. That is what the tokenization. Then comes stop words removal. Stop word removal, like when we are speaking any language, we use many things which are really not necessary for the context. For example, Dhoni is playing cricket, so is, it is not required. When if I'm using is, was, will not change the context, like Dhoni and cricket. So stopword, which are different stopword lists are there. So for English language, there are stopwords like am, are, is, that, so many. So that words are removed from the sentences. That is the stopword removal. Then third one is the pause tagging. Pause tagging, it is the part of speech tagging. Because when we say language, so language is made up of grammar, and in grammar there are certain rules. So tagging that, it is the pause, that is pause tag, part of speech tagging. That is the most important uh, processing technique used in natural language processing. For example, as IPL fever is going on, so I'm taking example of some crickets. So Dhoni best finisher. Okay, suppose one sentence is Dhoni is the best finisher in the world. So if we remove the stop word, after that it is like Dhoni best finisher and world. These are what the different tokens we got finalizing it. So Dhoni is a noun, so it will tag it as NN. Best, it is adjective, so it will tag as ADJ. So that is what pause tagging. Then most important is after that, that is name entity recognition. So how to identify that whatever sentence we are giving to any device or any software. So that is particularly about song or for movie or performing some certain action. So that is called as entity recognition. So entity recognition, here entity is Dhoni is a person, that is the entity. If we are using any, maybe instead of world, if we are using India, so India is a country. If we are using particular location, so it will mark it as that geo position. So when we are recognizing it, so that part of NLP is called as name entity recognition. And the last one is stemming and lemmatization. Stemming is finding out the root word of a given sentence. So for example, playing is given. So playing is not the root word. Root word is a play. So to identify root word from the given form of word, that is called as stemming. But still there are few words like wolves. So root word is wolf. But in stemming, identifying this type of root word is not possible and their lemmatization work. For example, feet, foot. So this is the plural form and the singular form. So root word is food. So this cannot be identified, and stemming that can be identified with the lemmatization technique. So all this technique togetherly makes our language processing, or rather text processing, easy, and that area is called as natural language processing. I explained this in detail because at the end of session I would like to have one small hands-on practice on the given topic, and text analysis is majorly focused on natural language processing technique. Then machine learning models. So machine learning models, this is a technique where software learns from the historical data. Whatever data we are providing to that model will learn from it, and it will use that knowledge to predict the future sentences, or to predict the future event. That is what machine learning model. Machine learning models can be used with the text analysis to segregate our data, maybe spam mail or not spam mail, or whether this sentence is positive or negative, to identify the context or to categorize the context behind that sentence. Classification technique that we can use with machine learning model. Then the sentiment analysis. This sentiment analysis nowadays plays very important role. Earlier, whatever we used to put on social media, it was not categorized into different sentiment. But nowadays, even Twitter like platform, when you enter text, it shows whether your text is like political, or it is sounding positive or negative, or if you draft mail and if you check the grammarly suggestion, it will rate your mail, whether your mail is informative, whether your mail is assertive, whether it is like good leadership is shown with your email, or it is sounding rude to some people. So that type of sentiment is analyzed by the software which we are currently using. While drafting mail, you can check how accurate or whether it is showing the same sentiment by which you have typed that mail. So sentiment analysis, it is very important because text data is having the highest speed to spread in the society. You can find that nowadays election scene is going on in India. So if any politician is putting any tweet or anything on a social media, it will go viral, and without thinking whether it is true or false, their follower will stick to it, and that can cause our society damage. So sentiment analysis, it is very important irrespective of whether we are from computer background or from any other background. But while writing anything on social media, we should always check by the tools whether our sentiment is positive, negative, or it is showing the particular emotion or not. Then the next is topic modeling. As the name entity recognition says, that it will identify whether it is for Dhoni or for the cricket or for some geoposition value. Topic modeling is identifying whether that particular text is about what. For example, in a different media. news media, if anyone is sending any news, one paragraph is sent to them, they will not directly or not manually, they will form the headline. It will automatically identify like what are the different topic present in that paragraph, so that will identify as a topic modeling, and then it will form, that software will form headline. So identifying the topic, it is very important. Then name entity recognition, this we already discussed, that different entities are recognized by the software, whether it is person, whether it is number, whether it is geo position, whether it is location, country, or whether it is coordinate. So all these things are recognized with the AI. Then document classification, whether that document is for some official purpose or it is having some numeric data or some financial data. So this document classification is the major area where AI is used. I would like to share with you that recently we received invitation for one project, to contribute in one project from Qatar. They were asking for segregating government document, that documents were in Arabic. So can we use deep learning and NLP technique to classify that document? But as it was like language dependency, so we were just observing there. But yes, in government sector, this document classification is the need of time, because so much of previous file system, it is having so much of data. So if we want to get some insight from it, one need to classify that data. So that document classification is very good. Then second one is text summarization, as forming headline out of a paragraph, that can be a text summarization. Then language translation, translating from one source language to destination language. This is done by AI. Rather, we can use this feature of Google, and all these things are available with the Google tools. We can use it very easily. Entity sentiment analysis. This sentiment analysis is further divided into, like, sarcasm detection is also one of area that is prominent in sentiment analysis, because sometimes, being human, we use our intelligence to express our negative thought in a positive way, and it is a sarcasm, or it create a sarcastic comment on someone. So that is also one of the sentiment, or sarcasm analysis. It is considered as, like, critical form of anger is always displayed with this sarcasm analysis. And this type of sentiment analysis is majorly done when people try to find out some insight from employee feedback or from the review of particular product. So this entity sentiment analysis goes there. Then the semantic understanding, that is the context. The current application and the use cases where we are exactly using this AI in the text analysis. So as I told you, that customer feedback, nowadays it is everywhere. Customer care, or the frequently asked questions are answered by conversational agent. Conversational agents are basically a chatbot which will pop up when you will just log into any new website. It will ask you that, do you want to know about this, or what are your queries? Then it will have that automatic system. Similarly, customer feedback are also analyzed by such software. Now human intervention is really very low, and every company wants to know what is the customer view about their product, so that whether they need to improve or they need to change something. So as product development, it is a continuous process, and it is majorly based on feedback, so that new product launch will be with corrected feedback, or the concern showed for the feedback. That product will definitely go longer way. Then market research. AI is used with the market research. Like market research means if I want to observe social media, so social media will definitely give me some idea which product is trending nowadays. So generally, today's youth is habitual to put hashtag trending or some trending reels, some trending product. So that will help to identify what is the situation of market. So that will give businesses clear idea like which product to launch or what not to do exactly for that. Then social media monitoring. Social media monitoring, it is integrated part of our life. Most of the time, many people, wow, after waking up in the morning, they'll first check their Facebook or Insta or LinkedIn or Twitter for the new updates. So we all are much dependent on this social media. So monitoring that social media is very important because this is the face of society, and this social media will give a rise to sentiment analysis, chatbot development, even automation of social media management is also done. Like Hootsuite is one application which will automate your all social media account. Like you can plan your social media ahead, what content you want to post on that media. So this type of AI interventions are available. Healthcare data analysis, so anomaly detection, feature extraction, entity recognition. It is used with healthcare also because many of reading in healthcare sector are present in text format. They are not present in audio video format. We have image or text form of data, so there we can use text analysis, financial news analysis. So definitely to identify the most important topic in financial news, which stock is trending or it is rising or whether it is declining. So to obtain the trend present in that, one can use AI with the news analysis. Definitely, AI is much needed for academic research also. I believe that many of here are academician and researchers. So nowadays, with the tool like ChatGPT, it is really easy to grab information. At least we can understand that topic in a better way. So AI is required or it is performing better in this domain too. Legal document analysis. Legal document analysis is very important because many past events are dumped into papers only. But if one can store it in a structure format and analyze from that, then definitely that will create a great knowledge base which may be used in future analysis. So legal document analysis, it is one of the area and the application where AI is used. Government analysis and policy analysis, it is very important. Government also create policy based on the behavior of people on social media, like whether it is good for people or not, and even the use or the social effect of that app or any product. If it is in a negative way, so that product can be banned in a particular domain or that sites can be banned in a particular domain. As we know that there are many sites which we cannot open in our country. There are many sites like currently I am at Oman, so I cannot open government site of India here. I need that VPN to open certain sites. So these are the restriction. Network restriction also plays based on that. And the most important, like we all are employee somewhere or other. So voice of employee analysis. If anyone have worked with the 10x growth system, where production or the profit, it should reach to the 10 times of the current profit. So there this VOE analysis is done, whether your employee are happy or not, or are they showing some different behavior. I think I have read one paper from one of senior faculty of our Nagpur, I think Shravankar ma'am. one researcher under her, that researcher did this type of research, whether any person is putting any tweet or anything on a social media, and based on that one can predict whether a person can leave that company in a future or not. So that classification of the sentiment was done. So yes, that is required nowadays, and this is done by AI very easily. So all these are the application and the use cases where text analysis is done and which is a need of a time. But yes, as said, great power comes with great responsibility, and if anyone fails to perform that duty, then definitely this AI will be like a two-way weapon for us. It can make our life so easy, it can help us in many direction, but it will definitely cause problem. What are the different challenges in text analysis using AI? So bias in AI model. So bias basically it is considered as an error, because when we are writing some information, we are writing some data. So this bias or this error can be, sometimes it is difficult to identify gender, whether this particular text is about female or male, then this bias will occur. Whether it is talking about some racism or not, it is difficult for a model to understand this race, then ethnicity of data or demographic feature, because with the demography some rules or some social norm also changes. जैसे हम बोलते हैं कि कहीं पे अगर आप थम्स अप दिखा रहे हो तो वो ऑल द बेस्ट भी होता है और किसी को वो ठेंगा भी लग सकता है. So this is how bias is present. Demographic changes in the text or the writing habit is also there. So it is difficult for a model to predict it correctly. So that is the most difficult challenge or present in the AI. Privacy and data protection. Whenever we are writing something, whenever we are putting something, then definitely it is the personal and the sensitive information. Whenever we put our something on Twitter or something on LinkedIn, so we are definitely putting some personal information there. So maintaining privacy and the protection of data is very important. So that is also challenge, because not all the tools or all the websites created with the help of AI or which uses AI will meet all the norms. So whenever we are sharing or whenever we are using any tool, we need to check for their privacy term and the protection term, because it should have anonymization of that data. Means our data should be taken as anonymous data. It should not label it with our name, because it may cause some social issues. It should have an encryption technique, and the most important, consent should be there. Whenever we are using AI generated data or whenever we are giving our data for AI models to learn, then definitely consent should be there. Like in research term, we call it as a citation. So yes, it is most important, and this is the biggest challenge. Whether we are using it for a text, we are using it for image, for anything. So this is very important. Then the transparency and the explainability, how AI model reach to the conclusion. This is most important. This is one thing we need to understand. And many AI model fail to explain it, that how it reached to the conclusion. That is what explainability. Then the ethical use of text data, whether that data is used ethically or not. As ChatGPT also says that if we are using data from the ChatGPT, it is mandatory to write down generated by ChatGPT. If any data is generated by conversational agent or chatbot, then we need to write down generated by bot. Okay, so that it will not create problem for that human intelligence. We use the chat gpt data like as if we have created it, but it is mandatory to use generated by chat gpt. So that is how you can make ethical use of text data. algorithmic fairness and accountability. So as the first point says bias, so algorithm will also have some error because not all algorithm fits to all type of data. Maybe if one algorithm is created for English language may not suit to Hindi or may not suit for Marathi language. So yes, algorithmic fairness and accountability differs with data. Then the data quality and the representativeness. If the data is incomplete, then definitely the generated model will be incomplete because training is most important. Whenever we are using machine learning, whenever we are using AI, most of the focus is on training process only, because if the training is not done correctly, then definitely it will create problem in testing. There are very few model which give a very good result in the testing and bad result in training. That is what we call underfit model. Ideal situation, it should be good for the training and testing both way, but if it is not, at least it should be good in training, and then we can try to improve the result of testing. So training is most important, and for the training purpose, quality of data and its representation is very very important. If your data is missing, if it is not pre-processed properly, if it contains noise, then definitely your model will have bias. Then the contextual understanding and ambiguity. Whenever it comes with the text, then ambiguity is, it is inevitable. Ambiguity is, it may be with the number, it may be with the entity, it may be with some place. So context understanding itself is a very big domain of text analysis, like natural language understanding, NLU. It is most important if we want our AI system to generate response. So understanding of that problem is very important. Then over reliance on automation. And nowadays, the challenge what we are facing, I think the most of the challenges which I have mentioned at the earlier stages, some or other way, those are into the research phase, might have undergone this process or might have studied about this. But nowadays, what we all are facing, our students are also over relied on the automation. Our kids are also very over relied on the automation. Like if you say any question, if you ask any question to them, they will first say, okay, we can ask to Google. They'll just open okay Google or Siri or Alexa, and they'll put their question and they'll get the answer. So it is like we are staying away from the critical thinking ability of human, so which is not good. We are neglecting the human judgment which is required, because when we say expertise, so expertise it with the intelligence, and AI is created to match the human intelligence. That's why we are calling it as artificial intelligence. So over reliance on this technology, over reliance on this platform is getting buzz nowadays, or it is growing drastically. So it is actually neglecting our judgmental and critical thinking ability, and balance should be there with the human oversight, because it will mitigate the risk of error. So it should be balanced. We should use AI as well as we should use our intelligence uh, to reduce the risk. As we all know, it is a dual. It can be used and misused also. Like nowadays, most of the time, this misuse is with video and the photos. Many actors, actresses, their photographs are morphed and then circulated in social media, and a very cheap kind of news are created. Sometimes it is with the politicians too. So this is a matter that where we all as a researcher need to think that can we have any procedure, or can we use such a model which will not lead it to the misuse. And the last one is regulatory and legal compliance or the complications. So yes, this is also one thing that whenever we are using any AI tool, whether it is legal or it is governed by any particular private limited company where the tool which we are using, so that all thing make it more challenging for AI domain to use in our real life. And yes, next is future direction and innovation. Though there are challenges, but still, this AI is really making our life easy. So, advanced natural understanding is there. Nowadays, we follow or we use transformer learning where already models are created which are trained with more than 90% accuracy, and that we can use and create a better system. Means we don't need to utilize much time on the pre-processing technique or forming the tokenization, lemmatization, that will be taken care by the pipeline. The multimodal analysis, like integration of this text with the image, audio, video. So it is not just text analysis nowadays, it is multimodal analysis. We can find out that if we are capturing any selfie and if something is there in background, the textual data, so there are many features available where you can make it reverse, or you can make it instead of mirror image, you can have the original text displayed there, identifying traffic signals or traffic signboards from the image. This is what the multimodal analysis. From the video, that is, we can also call it as discourse analysis to identify the context present in the text and also present in image or video. So that multimodal analysis is also done. Then personalized and the contextual analysis. If we are using some AI related gadget for ourselves, for our betterment, then it is definitely, it will build context for that person. One WhatsApp message I think was circulated or which was viral few years ago, that how Apple Watch saved one man's life. Okay, that because of that his heartbeat increased than the normal one, and then the messages are sent, and then how it contacted to the doctor. Okay, so that personalized analysis can also be done with the AI. So that is really good. If we use it in a positive direction, then definitely it will make our life very easy. Then the explainable AI. In last slide, I said that how that model reached to the conclusion. That is the challenge. But there are efforts going on in this direction. That is what explainable AI or XAI, which discuss about to build the trust, because if we don't know the process, then it is very difficult to trust the result. So to build the trust with the user and to provide the reason or insight how that arrive to the conclusion, so that is done in XAI domain. Then zero shot and few shot learning, this is a rapid deployment model which is used, actually it is used majorly, it is used for video and audio analysis or image analysis, but now we can use it with text analysis also. Continual learning and adaptation, yes, AI is having that ability like human, that it will adapt and it will continue to learn. Ethical AI and responsible innovation. ChatGPT is the great example of this ethical AI and responsible innovation, where if you if you put any question or if you put any assistance there, then definitely you will get a human like answer, and if it is beyond it, so it will generate same type of response to that, maybe not able to generate it. Domain specific and expert level analysis, particular domain that we use, like IBM Watson, it uses NLU, that is what domain specific analysis. Even IBM, Microsoft Azure is also there. Then Grammarly is also domain specific. We use it for particular text analysis purpose only. If we say Canva, then Canva, it is Canva AI, it is for image and video. So domain specific AI is there. Cross-lingual and multilingual analysis. Nowadays, it is possible to use the transformer learning. If model is trained on one language, you can use it on other language. So there are few cross-lingual models are available. I will not say they are 100% efficient, but yes, availability is there. Then human AI collaboration and co-creation, where the intelligence of human is also used and AI is also used, and it create a good software and good delivery. So this is the future direction and the innovation. Many things are available and still research is going on in this direction. Then these are the different tools which I would like to show here. This is one Voyant tool. It is used for the text analysis purpose, where you can put a paragraph and you can analyze it. For example, if we write down, for example, if we are copying any paragraph and if we are adding this paragraph here, and reveal, so it will analyze the text and it will generate one complete graph. Here you can find out it has generated word cloud, which tells about that this text is all about MS Dhoni, Chennai League, retained CSK. Okay, so just observing word cloud, we can say that all this paragraph is about. Okay, so it has identified the frequency of the word, and based on the frequency, it has showed that which topic it is. Okay, then it can show some summary, like how many words are there, then density, then readability index, then average word per sentences, how many are there, most frequent word you can find out, league, MS, CSK, Dhoni, this is used there. Then context is also written, in which context it is mentioned, and this is the relative frequency in the document. So this type of analysis is directly available with this type of tool. Earlier, it was like you have to do it manually, but now you can just you have to paste your data and you can get the reports. We don't need to use it manually. Don't need to create a word cloud manually. That is possible here. Next tool is the SEO Scout. It is for identification of different keyword or the important keyword whenever we are uh, building any website. So that time which keyword is having the maximum search, if you want to check for any particular site data. So from that site, which words are searched frequently, that you can find out with the SEO Scout. Then generative AI assistance, this I have added in Word. This is one add-in available. If I use same paragraph here, you can find out I have one add-in here, generate text AI assistant. And it has many functionalities that we can use. But for that, you need authentic Microsoft account, means purchased one. Maybe it will not work with some pirated one. Yeah, here you can find out I have this paragraph. Now I can generate text from it. I can summarize this if I use it, and if I use summarize, so it will generate summarization. So you can find out the generated paragraph is shorter than the available one. Then in research, many a time while putting citation or for other thing, we need to rephrase. So there we have option of rephrasing. So it will change the language of that paragraph and it will rephrase it. You can find out it is generating this. This is the rephrase of original paragraph. I will again put original paragraph here. This is the original one and the generated one is the rephrased one. So this is AI tool which is with the Microsoft, which is provided by the Microsoft, and definitely this tool will be a great help for academician, for the students, okay, where many time we need to work on this type of function, generating text, generating some useful data from the given text, or summarizing, rephrasing, providing citation. So this all will be taken care by this tool. Then Edwardle is also there, then TextTreak is also there. So these are some tools available for text analysis. These are the AI based tool that we can use. So these are, many time I use this tool for better understanding of the subject, or sometime when I need to rephrase certain things. So this Microsoft Generate Text AI is great add-in. Your Voyant is also great addition if you want to know about particular topic. And this analysis, it is not limited to text only, as we all know that we can use data science concept in any domain. We can use data science for any electronic device or for any mechanical machine, that when this particular machine needs servicing, if this to be automized in any industry, then definitely one need to identify, one need to gather the data like the vibration of that machine or the maintenance done, and some heat or pressure, and based on that software can predict that next servicing will be on. So this can be used some same for some software update or for any device data. So this type of analysis is applied everywhere nowadays. So here with this, I end with my presentation, but I would like to go ahead with some hands-on where we can use some transformer for analysis of this text. Means, as I told you earlier with this, that this many processes we need to do. Earlier we used to do this with Python or NLTK, or sometime with the spacey, where you are just passing the text and then it is giving list output, the tokenized or the stop word. We can use it directly with the transformer, we can use it directly with models available. And for that, the site is Hugging Face AI, and Hugging Face AI, it is where you can find out different models, you can find out data set, post, document, solution. Even you can have different courses, you can go for different courses here if you want to learn. Here are few models available, like here you can find out multimodal model is there, computer vision, those are working with image, they can always use this one. Natural language processing, audio, tabular, then reinforcement. So we can go ahead with the natural language processing, as I have selected this area, rather I'm comfortable in this. So I'm selecting natural language processing, and this all belongs to the transformer based learning, because all the models are available and we want to implement this model to perform some operation. So with your permission, I would like to go ahead with hands-on. Shall I?
Ma'am, you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So to install Transformer, I am using here Google Colab, and here we have to use pip install Transformer, so that it will load all the Transformer related. Like here you can find out it is loading tokenizers, character set, NumPy, and all the libraries it will load. I have already loaded because sometime it is time consuming. Then we have to create pipeline, because pipeline is the option where pre-processing is directly done. Just, yeah, I think now it will be easily visible. So from transformers, import pipeline. It may take a few minutes to load. Yeah, it has loaded the pipeline. Then let's build a classifier. So classifier equal to pipeline, and I want to build classifier for sentiment analysis. So it is loading all the pre-processing or everything that we do with the sentiment analysis. It is now loaded with this pipeline, and output of this entire process is with classifier variable. And now we can pass here this classifier, this is our variable, and here we can pass some sentence like, I really enjoyed the movie. It was awesome. So now let's check whether it will give us positive, negative feedback. So yeah, you can find out it has given us label positive, that this sentence is a positive. And what is the score? I mean, how much this model is confident that this sentence is positive or negative. Okay, so the score is 0.99. Okay, so pretty sure that this sentence is positive. So we can build classifier like this. Uh, let's have some negative sentence also. Total waste of time and money. Do not watch this movie. If this is a review by audience, then yeah, this is negative, and you can find out that score for this is also 99. Means this model is very sure that whatever sentence is given this review, it is negative. So this way you can apply knowledge of one classifier. This model is already built. We have not built the model, but we are using that model. Okay, so we use that model for classification here. Then you can pass list of different reviews. For example, now I will use the same one instead of typing. It is not like that that you can use it with single sentence. You can pass list of reviews to the classifier. Now this classifier will use list of reviews. Now here you can find out it is given positive label for the first review, negative for the second one. So you can have this type of for multiple sentences. It will definitely classify it whether it is positive or negative. Same way it can classify tweet, whether the tweet is positive or negative. So this way sentiment can be analyzed. Let me check the chat. Okay, then next one, what we can have? Yeah, we can go ahead with the zero shot classification. Zero shot, this type of classifier is used with image, with use with audio, and with which we can also use with text. So now I will use zero shot with text, but same way you can apply to images if anyone is working on images. So suppose I am creating zero shot classifier. This is my variable, and now I will create pipeline for zero shot classification. You can find out that here it is given zero dash shot dot classification. Okay, so you can use it. Zero shot classification, it is actually labels are not previously given. It will select runtime label, means here positive and negative, that is what the label which are already available with the sentiment analysis. But in zero shot classifier it is not mentioned that whether we are checking for the positive, negative or neutral, that we will provide to our sentence or with our data, that out of this which one is the category. So that is what the speciality of zero shot classification. For example, now suppose I'm writing one sentence. This season IPL is very interesting. All matches are very close. This is my sentence. Now, this sentence belongs to which category? Now, I will provide that categories, and my pipeline will identify it. Candidate labels. Now here we can pass list of label. So let's pass first label as a cricket, second as football, third as basketball, because we have mentioned IPL. We have not mentioned name of any sport. Okay. So let's check whether it is able to identify or not. Okay, sorry. I have put here equal to, it should be direct. Now here you can find out labels, cricket, football, basketball, and it is giving score for each label. Like as per this zero shot classifier, this sentence belongs to this label cricket, and the percentage is 98%. It is sure that this sentence is classified related to the cricket, means it is identifying the context behind the sentence. Nowhere we have mentioned that it is cricket. We said IPL. Okay, so it is able to identify with the sentence that this belongs to cricket. Then the second one is football. So percentage for football is 0.008, basketball 0.007. So it is clear that this zero shot classifier can tag our data or can classify our data with real-time labels. Okay, we are not giving any predefined label, but we are providing it with the sentence there. If we want to use, suppose related to some software, we'll write down. Python is one of the best programming language. Candidate labels equal to, now we'll provide a list of labels. So let's put first one hardware, software networking. So you can check for software it is saying 95, hardware 0.02, networking 0.02. So here you can find out we have nowhere mentioned that it is a software. Okay, it is enough intelligent. This model is enough intelligent that it can understand from entities such as Python or programming language that it belongs to software and not to the hardware or networking. Okay, so this is called as the intelligence. Like we know that Python is a programming language and programming language is a software, but how this model is knowing? Okay, so model is enough intelligent to understand this context. We can apply this for name entity recognition also, that is NER. So we can create pipeline again. It is very easy. Means I always love using transformer. You just have to write down pipeline and name of the model. So name of model for name entity recognition is NER, and grouped entities means which are related to each other or not, that we can check it is true. So I'm creating this pipeline here. Yes, so this NER is loaded, and now suppose we are writing here to identify name entity like Sachin Tendulkar. Let me write down the capital. Sachin Tendulkar is the best batsman among all ICC players in India. So let's see whether it can identify. So entity group. So it is discussing about PER is person, and whether it score, whether it has identified it correctly or not. So it is score 99. So yes, this is about one person. Word is Sachin Tendulkar. Then entity group org why? Because ICC it is an organization, so that's why it is showing org, and score for this is 98, means yes, it is sure that 98% ICC is organization. Okay, then location India. Okay, so it has identified India as a location, and how much sure it is? It is sure for 99. Okay, so this way you can get score for identifying particular entity. If I write down for myself, Amrita is a corporate trainer, worked with industries, IT Veda, EduBridge, she lives in Muscat, Oman, birth date 2, suppose. Now it contains date, country, location, industry. So let's take that yes, Amruta is a person, it has identified it. Then IT Vedant is organization, Ejubris is organization, Muscat is location, Oman is location. Okay, so here you can find out it has identified Muscat correctly, but for Oman it is showing this much because I have used two locations together. Okay, and I have said entity group, so that's why its score was less for Oman. Okay, so this is how your transformer work. Transformer will always give that added intelligence to our software, okay, where we don't need to do all the pre-processing, we can directly use. And the last one which I would like to share, that is the question answering system, what we call it as conversational agent. So we can add directly. Again, we have to create pipeline for that. So question answer. So if you check Hugging Face site, you can find out question answering model is also there. So you can check that. Question answering, I will load this model, this pipeline. It will create pipeline and which will have all the pre-processing for question answering. And now here we need to provide some context or we need to provide some detail. So I have to again copy that paragraph. So this is the paragraph which I have stored in one variable. What we stored inside Word, the same I'm using here. Context. Okay, then we can have one question. So here you need to mention question equal to that which question we want to ask. Okay, for example, what is IPL? Comma context equal to variable name. So our variable name is also context. Players auction. Okay, so as per the provided paragraph, IPL is a players auction. Then if we ask here, who is Dhoni? A batting powerhouse. Okay, so whatever the context is used, okay, so that context will be displayed as answer. Okay, so this is how your question answering model will work with the pipeline. So there are so many models available, like we have summarization, we have question answer. You can use any and you can create a pipeline for that. I can share this notebook with you. If anyone is interested in this, can access it and can practice it at their site. So that's all from my side. Thank you so much. Any question?
Dear participants, if you have any questions, please put them in the chat box. Dear participants, if you have any questions, please put them in the chat box. Ma'am, I think there are no questions coming from the participant side.
Okay, ma'am.
Shall we move towards the vote of thanks?
Yeah, sure, ma'am.
Yeah, okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we come to the close of this enlightening session, I would like to take a moment to express our sincerest gratitude to Dr. Amruta Chimote for gracing us with her invaluable insights and expertise. Dr. Amruta, your presentation on exploring the intersection of electrical engineering and epidemiology has been nothing short of captivating. Your ability to seamlessly blend two distinct fields shed light on the potential synergies between them has left us all inspired and enlightened. On behalf of FDP and all the participants, I extend our heartfelt thank you for sharing your expertise, insights, and experiences with us today. Your presentation has enriched our understanding and inspired us to explore new frontiers in research and innovation. We look forward to the opportunity of welcoming you back in the future and continuing our engagement with your groundbreaking work. Thank you once again, ma'am, for your invaluable contribution to our event.
Thank you so much, sir. And I would like to extend my thank you to the YCC and to Dr. Ratkantiwar ma'am for giving this opportunity. It was really great to be part of this symposium. Thank you so much. And yes, one question I saw here that for semantic analysis, so some part of Hootsuite it provides the semantic analysis as well, and Brand 24 is also there. So you can explore that tools. Maybe as per your requirement, you can check it, or you can use Transformer. There are many transformer that you can use for the semantic analysis.
Thank you, ma'am, for this valuable session.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I
It
would
was
like to
great
take
having you.
leave. Thank you.
Dear participants, our next session would start from 4 p.m. onwards. Kindly join us accordingly.